Alright guys, if you're looking to get yourself a brand new smartwatch today, you want something that tracks your health and fitness, you want something to have a long battery life of up to 10 days, you want to be able to make QR payments, you want a premium design, and more importantly, you want something that's affordable. Well, you might want to check out the brand new HUAWEI Watch Fit 4 series. It comes in the Pro and non-Pro models, and it fits the entire bill. Let's check out what this watch has to offer. Now, first things first, let's take a look at the design. Now, the design itself looks pretty good. I do have the Pro and non-Pro models over here, but if you take a look at both of them, you will notice that the key feature here is that they are super thin and super lightweight. So I was actually using the watch to track my sleeps every night, and whenever you sleep, you don't want something to be super heavy because it actually causes your wrist to be a bit more uncomfortable. Furthermore, if you go running very often and you go for sports, you will know that a heavy watch really makes you feel quite uncomfortable. So with the HUAWEI Watch Fit 4 series, it's actually very lightweight, very slim, and it doesn't feel like it's on your wrist at all, and I think that's actually the perfect thing. Now, if you just look closer at the watch itself, you might notice that we do have a crown on the right. You also have a shortcut key, and you actually have speakers and microphones on board, and that's because it allows you to have those Bluetooth calls answering. Pretty cool. Now, another thing that you might notice over here is that for the Pro model, it uses slightly more premium materials. For instance, it has that sapphire glass watch face, it has the titanium alloy bezel, and it also uses the aviation grade aluminum alloy for its body. So if you're going to be getting something that's super premium, you might want to check out the Pro model. Now, one thing I also noticed over here is that the display now is slightly larger than before, so you still have that very bright AMOLED display, and you'll always be able to see the display whenever you are outdoors. So that's great as well. Now, another thing that you might want to note here is that the straps for these options are also very different. You have these sort of like rubbery ones, and you also have these sort of like fabric ones. So it doesn't matter if you have a specific color choice or if you like a specific type of strap. Looking at all these options available, you'll definitely be able to choose one that suits your own needs. Now, moving on, let's talk very quickly about its compatibility and the battery life. Like I mentioned earlier on, it will work with both iOS and Android, and the battery life goes all the way up to 10 days. Now, that's super long because you don't have to charge it every other day like some smartwatches. The best part here is that the watches themselves also support quick charging, and for the Pro model, it will do the full charge in just 60 minutes, whereas the non-Pro model does it in 75 minutes. Still very much quicker than other smartwatches out there. Alright, so let's move on to QR payments. The watch itself is actually very similar to the HUAWEI band that I did a couple of weeks back. Right now, the watch also supports QR Pay for Touch and Go. Now, how you set up is actually super simple. All you need to do is jump into your Touch and Go app, link it in the app, and very quickly, within 2 or 3 minutes, you can actually have your Touch and Go QR Pay activated directly on the watch. So whenever you're out and about and you just want to make a payment, all you need to do is go into that shortcut real quick, show your QR code, and make the payment at any kind of Touch and Go supported merchants. It's very convenient. Alright, so saying all those, the design, the QR payments, let's talk a bit about something a bit more important, and let's talk a bit about the fitness tracking. Now, both models here, the Pro and non-Pro, support more than 100 different workout modes. They both also come with GPS built in using the HUAWEI Sunflower Positioning System, which until today I find to be super accurate and precise. But how the Pro stands out is that it comes with 3 additional features. Now, what are the 3? So first things first, the Pro model comes with the trail running mode. Now, essentially, you can download offline maps into the watch itself, and the watch itself actually acts as your GPS, where you can follow the map directly on that screen and go towards your checkpoint and ultimately reach your final destination. If you happen to get lost along the way, you can also use the watch to actually bring you back to your starting point. Now, the second feature that the Pro has over the non-Pro is that it supports free dive of up to 40 meters, and using the watch itself, you'll be able to track a couple of different metrics, something that you were not able to do before, and if you are a free diver, you'll definitely appreciate that on the Watch Fit 4 Pro. Now, lastly, the Pro model also supports that golf course mode. Now, over here, you can download nearby golf courses, not just local ones, but also global ones. You'll be able to see very detailed golf course maps, green direction, the wind direction, green slopes, AI caddy, and so much more. So if you also happen to be someone who golfs a lot and you want to track those, you can actually do so on the Watch Fit 4 Pro. Now, something that's also worth mentioning is that the HUAWEI Watch Fit 4 series is the first to offer dedicated water sport route tracking, and it supports 7 major activities like surfing, sailing, and rowing, with real-time metrics including speed, distance, and heart rate tailored to each sport. So you can already see that the Watch Fit 4 series is actually really made for tracking your fitness very comprehensively. So that's just in terms of the fitness and activity tracking, but what about your health tracking? You have your heart rate, your SpO2, your sleeps, your naps, your stress, your well-being. It tracks so many things. However, there's one thing that the Pro model tracks over the non-pro, and that is your ECG. So all you need to do is just put your finger on the button for about 30 seconds, and very quickly you'll be able to get an ECG reading. Now what I really like about the health tracking on the watch is that after a week of wearing the watch, it actually gives you a health summary. You'll be able to see even more detailed analysis of how your sleep did. So for instance, I was not getting a lot of sleep, I was sleeping very late, and it will actually give me some suggestions on how I can actually sleep better. So the same goes for your heart rate, your step count, your activities and all that. After a week, there will be a summary that gives you even more detailed insights as to how you can actually make your health even better. Now that's great because it actually helps you out. Finally, the watch itself also tracks your emotional well-being, and if it finds you too stressed up, you can actually go for a couple of breathing exercises using the watch itself. Oh, the watch itself also supports the Huawei Health Plus membership. I'm not sure if you heard about that, but basically this gives you access to training courses that syncs with your watch. It actually works pretty well. Finally, before we go, a couple of more additional features that you might want to take note of the watch itself is that it comes with that NFC access, so you can actually sync your door card to the watch and you can open your door using your watch. It also comes with that Bluetooth caller and answering, which I actually mentioned earlier. That means you can answer your calls directly on the watch. Pretty standard. It also comes with WhatsApp reply with a full keyboard, guys. So now you can actually reply to your WhatsApp by just tapping on the screen over here. It also has a couple of default ones that you can actually choose real quick, but that's actually very convenient. And of course, you also have your calendar tracking directly on the watch that syncs to your phone. So at the end of the day, the Huawei Watch Fit 4 series is the perfect affordable smartwatch for any phone user. Not only is it providing you very accurate health and fitness tracking, it also gives you a very nice design, a long battery life, the touch and go QR payment, and so much more. So like I said, if you're in the market looking for a brand new smartwatch, you're in luck because the Watch Fit 4 series is going to be available very soon. Now, with that said, if you have any further questions on the watch itself, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hopefully this video has helped you out in a way or another. Don't forget to stay healthy, keep running, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.